What's good, y'all? Lavish Lyles back with another video. Today I'm going to be answering common questions about modeling. Now it is 1:21 a.m. I just recorded a video and a vlog that was completely unintentional. I'm in Atlanta right now, chilling in the hotel. Yeah, let's get right into the video. I'm not really sure how y'all feel about this camera angle. I was just trying to switch it up from the last angle. But this video, I'm really going to be just winging it, just because I didn't really write anything down. I kind of did intend on writing something down, but I'm just impulsively recording this video at 1 a.m. as you can see. So I'm just going to be freestyling, going off the top of my head, whatever comes first to mind. So there's not really any particular order when it comes to this, but this is what I'm just assuming are the common questions about modeling that people have, based off of what people have asked me and just based off what I see and what I feel like could be beneficial to y'all. So let's get right into it. First off, I know everybody wonders how tall you have to be, and to be honest, you don't really got to be a specific height. It's better if you are on the taller side, I'm not gonna lie. For guys, it's better to be not over necessarily, but for guys, they look for more of that 6'2.5", 6'3" is like literally perfect. Yes, 6'2.5" to 6'3", because it get nitty gritty like that. For girls, you know, cool 5'10", 5'11", not like a humongous 5'11". Like, don't be 5'11" trying to wear heels and shit, and don't be over 5'11" in heels and shit. You feel what I'm saying? It's a lot that goes into it. I'm not a scout, I'm not an agent. This is just based off of my own experience and what I think is right. Can short people model? The short answer, no pun intended, yes. I will say it is a lot harder and a lot more competitive, just because you're more limited to the things that you could do. When it comes to runway, these brands and clients, they're not necessarily looking for the shorter models for high fashion runway. They want someone who's more of like someone they can see the clothes drape on, someone built like a hanger. You know, that's essentially what they look for with the runway models. The, you know, lanky, long wireframe type shit. So for shorter models, it's better if you try and go down that commercial route. Personally, to be honest, I feel like commercial is better just because it pays more. It can be more fun. It's more interactive. Like, runway is very cutthroat. Like cutthroat casting, it can be like real intense on set of the runway shows. Like during Fashion Week, is fast as fuck, fast paced, hurry up and wait. You're sitting there, it's like you get there, go into hair and makeup, then you sit there in a robe with your hair and makeup, then you can't touch shit. And then you gotta get dressed, and people gotta dress you and all this, and yeah, it's a whole thing, bro. And then they don't even really pay well. Like, they just be paying pennies. They don't really pay too much. So commercial, campaign work, that's your bread and butter right there. Or e-com. Like, I can't really speak on e-com for short people. You know, there are, of course, shorter e-commerce models, but that's definitely another lane you could get into. E-commerce, I equate that to literally like a 9 to 5, because you're on set usually. Like, my hours for being on set for e-com have been like 9 to 5s at times. And it's like, you go in there, you work for a couple hours, eat your lunch break, go back to work, go home. And yeah, but it's like, it's work. Like, that's what actually feels like work, because it's like you're changing looks fast as fuck. It's like you get in an outfit, shoot, change, shoot, change, shoot, change, shooting lookbooks or e-commerce or catalog stuff like that. You shooting a lot of fucking looks. And when I say commercial, I don't only mean the type of commercials you see on TV. I'm talking more about like the type of clients, like commercial brand clients, like Target, like Walmart, like Foot Locker, like Snipes, like, yeah, like shit like that. Things that aren't really restrictive on appearance or build. Those type of shoots and those type of campaigns or commercials or brands in general, they're looking to reach a wider demographic or a wider audience, so they got to be more relatable to different demographics and shit like that. So that's why commercial is a good route. It does include commercials that's like on TV and stuff, but it's not limited to that. Like, commercial work can be photography only. It doesn't have to be video. What else? Do we get to keep the clothes that we shoot in? Sometimes, but not all the time, not often, not for runway, especially not because usually or almost always for runway, those pieces are sample pieces. So the clothes, the outfits that you see the models in, they're all in one of one sample looks. Like you could go to a showroom and get the one of one runway sample piece of a clothing item that you like or see on the runway. But the reason for that being is because runway shows and clothes in general are released in seasons, so they already have the previous season designs or lookbook or whatever set up to launch for the next season. So it's like the shit you wearing ain't even out yet, so you have the first one of one, right? You're wearing that one. So no, they will not let you take it home. Sometimes, depending on the shoes, they'll let you keep the shoes or like, you know, a little accessory or something, or they'll give out pieces at a show or whatever. I don't know, depending on the client, maybe they'll let you keep something. I know a lot of brands, usually the more higher up brands, after working with them, they'll send you like a little care package. Like my first runway show ever, my first time doing New York Fashion Week ever, my first season, I made a TikTok about it, has 500,000 views. You could go watch that. My first viral video basically was a little story time of me and my first New York Fashion Week runway show for Landlord NYC. If you ever see me wearing an orange Landlord hoodie, it's a black hoodie with orange letters across the front that says Landlord and like the university print. I got that from them, and so I did their runway show in the summer, right? And then I was supposed to receive a care package of clothes after that, but I never got it. So I ended up working for them again. I was supposed to receive the clothes in compensation for the work, but I never got that. So I ended up working for them again, doing an e-com shoot. They were again gonna pay me in clothes instead of, you know, actual money. So after the shoot, they were like, yeah, we're gonna email you a link, and on that link you could pick whatever you want off of our website, and whether it's in season or anything from our past seasons. Like, bro, that shit was lit. So I basically had around like $1,400 to spend on clothes from their website. So I picked, and then a lot of the stuff, it was like marked down on sale too, so I got more bang for my dollar, more bang for my buck. I got some t-shirts, I got that hoodie, got some pants, a denim set. It was like a leopard print denim set. The shit was hot. And this bomber jacket, the shit was hot too. I don't really wear any of it anymore. I think I sold quite a few of this stuff. I really only wear the denim jean jacket, but you know, it was fun. So no, we don't always get to keep the clothes, but sometimes they will pay you in clothes, or they'll send you care packages, or they'll give you like, you know, something small, something they have multiples of, like a hat, or I don't know, something like that. Like shooting for New Era, they let people take a hat, because New Era makes caps all day. That's all they do is capping their ass off. Alright, next, how much do models get paid? The question everybody wants to know the answer to. Well, it varies. Like, if you're already a developed model, or if you're a new face who's not developed, if you're working on building up your exposure, if you already have your exposure built up, like, it just really all depends on the client, the rate your agency could get you. If you don't really got any work under your belt, you're just a new face, then you're not going to be getting paid as much as the fucking person who's done 3 Tom Ford campaigns, the Tommy Hilfiger runway, Ralph Lauren runway, and the Celine show. So you're not getting that bag, bro. You're not. Like most runway shows, well, I can't say most, but a lot of runway shows pay $100 to $600, or 100 euros to 600 euros, right? So for instance, the runway show I did in Milan for my first Milan Fashion Week, the runway show wasn't in Milan. The show was in Florence. It was for Milan Fashion Week though. And that was my first runway show during Milan Fashion Week. That paid 600 euros that I didn't even see, and I didn't even ask to see that shit. because I was staying in a model apartment provided by that agency. So when you stay in a model apartment, you're paying rent, and that rent is daily. So depending on the rate that your particular agency charges for their model apartment, you're gonna be paying that daily. It's not out of pocket daily. Like, I'm not going to the agency giving you cash daily or cash apping you daily. It's they're running that tab as long as you're staying there, and they're putting it on your statement every 3 months or so, or whenever you ask for it. You're supposed to get a statement from your agency, right? And it's gonna have all your charges, everything you had to pay for, all your advances, all the income you made, website fees, anything like that, things they had to pay for, whatever, right? It's gonna have that, your whole statement for the past 3 months. And that's what they charge your model apartment to, right? So if you work a job and this shit only pays 600 euros and you've been staying in the apartment for fucking 2 months, and you stayed with them last season and didn't work, so you already got debt on your statement from the previous season, and let's just add on, they paid for your flight out there, so you gotta pay them back for that shit too. So you're really not seeing that 600. For e-commerce, like I said, is pretty much like a 9 to 5. You have an hourly rate. Well, not hourly rate. For e-com is really like e-com, and 9 times out of 10 for other jobs you're on set for in terms of like campaign or editorial or something like that. They give you a daily rate. E-com usually has multiple days because you're shooting a lot of looks back to back. Like, I was on hold for a Target e-com gig for 4 days, and each day paid $5,000. So that's a glimpse of the type of money you can make working e-com. Runway, if you're like fucking Alton Mason or Bella Hadid or Gigi Hadid, then you can make a lot of money for runway. But it's really just for getting your face out there, building your name, and being in the scene. And that's what I feel like Fashion Week is for, opposed to just regular modeling and doing regular commercials and shoots and gigs like that. Shit, man. What's next? Everything is free. Everything is not fucking free. Everything is not free, bro. Most of this shit is free. Nothing in life is free. When you sign to an agency, you shouldn't be paying for much. You shouldn't, like, some agencies, you really won't be paying anything at all if they're just like that. Or if they know that you're gonna be making them money and bringing them money back, they're gonna be doing a lot of stuff up front for you, like paying for your first test shoots, paying for your digitals, not really caring about the website fees and stuff like that, if they know they're gonna be making money from you. Or if they're just that type of agency. Some agencies charge $500 for the website fee. Some charge monthly. But the website fee, basically you're paying to be on the website, and you just gotta look at that as, really gotta look at all this shit as an investment or a scam, however you want to look at it, to be honest. But for the sake of this video, you gotta look at this shit as an investment, because like, you're paying to be on this website, and if you're with a good agency or one of the top agencies, you gotta think about the clientele that's going through these agencies' websites looking for models, looking through all their models. So it's important to make sure that your agency has your photos up to date on the website, because if you do get seen, you want the best chances of getting selected for that gig, since you are paying to be on the website. But just look at it that way. It's basically like a catalog of models. It gets promoted. You may not be the individual getting promoted, but you know, people do look at the website, so just think about that. You also sometimes will have to pay for digitals. Like recently, like my past digitals that I've been taking recently, I have paid for out of pocket. It cost me $75 and that's professional headshots taken in New York at a studio with a photographer, and they're more high fashion. Like, you just gotta think about how you want your stuff to be presented and how you want it to look, the type of image you want to have, because you can take digitals with an iPhone. They're not going to be the same as $75 high fashion digitals taken in the studio. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, agencies will 100% snap some digitals of you with an iPhone, and there's nothing wrong with that, and they're gonna send that right out to a client, and you could book a big gig off of that one digital with the iPhone. You don't need the $75 digital, but if you want to put down that investment and invest in yourself and your self-image, then that's not bad. That's a good deal. For you get a bunch of fucking images back, and they're good pictures of you that you can use for whatever. So it's all about if you want to pay for it or not. If the agency is taking the digitals of you, like if you're just doing an agency visit, sometimes they'll have someone who takes their in-house digitals, or you can find your own photographer and pay them for digitals and just let your agency use it that way. But yeah, not everything is free. Like photo shoots, you will have to pay for some photo shoots. Some test shoots you will have to pay for. Some of them will be provided by the agency. Some photographers may just want to do a test shoot for free because they need a model, right? So it's really all about which comes first for that. For flights and hotels, I'm sorry, I'm tired, bro. I'm tired. I've been traveling all day. But in terms of like flights, hotels, cars, food, pocket money, that shit ain't free, bro. Like, the agency will they'll be quick to put you on a flight. They'll be quick to advance some shit, quick to charge you for something. But you always gotta ask, like, you gotta clarify, is this an advancement? Like, okay, if I get a hotel on my own, how much is this gonna cost me out of pocket versus the amount y'all gonna take out of my check on that 20%? So it's like, say you book a gig, say I booked a gig in Italy, right? And I don't have an agency in Italy right now, but say my Italian agency wanted to fly me out over there to do the gig. They would book my trip or book my flight to and from. They would most likely have a car arranged to pick me up from the airport, and they're gonna have a hotel for however long the job is. Some jobs, if it's only one day, you may fly in for the day and leave that night, so you may not need a hotel. If it's 2 days, you may fly in, stay overnight, leave the next day, right? So you're really only staying for the duration of the job, so that's not too bad. But if that's the case, why would I have you pay so much to put me in this room and pay my flight and take 20% when I could just pay $200 out of pocket and not, you get what I'm saying? So there's that. My camera's about to die. Shit, man. But it also depends on the agreement the agency and the client have worked out between themselves too, because the client may include travel in their budget for talent, but that's literally always specified up front. When they reach out to your agent, when they're breaking down their budget, they will address if travel fees are included or not. If your job is in New York and you live in New York, you're not getting no travel fees, bro. Me living in Philly and working in New York, my agency pushes me as if I live in New York or as if I'm a local, so that way clients are more inclined to select me for a gig versus someone who lives out of town. So when they reach out to my agency for a gig, they're not going to include travel in the budget because they're already assuming that I'm already in New York, which is okay to me because, you know, it's better to be pushed as a local because the odds are, you have higher odds. But yeah, not everything's free, bro. Not everything free. If it's an advancement, that's basically like a loan. They're giving you money until you book a gig to pay it back. When I cut my hair, my haircut, the cut and style was $250. I didn't necessarily have $250 right then and there to go spend on my hair. So my agents was like, well, if you want, we'll advance it to you. We'll pay for it. So they was like, all right, let us know how much it is. They sent me the bread, and bada bing, bada boom. But after that, the next gig that I booked after that, they took that $250 right out of that check. So that advancement, you gotta give that back to the agency, bro. That's not your money.
Knew I was gonna be a millionaire. Like I actually grinded and prepared to be a millionaire. So eventually I became a millionaire.